G'day guys and gals, so BH-6 challenge mode. Been working on it for a little while. The condition is enemies have significantly increased resistance, and unfortunately most of what we come up against, or most of the problem children in here, all are weak to resistance, so it kind of just boosts them all up, but unfortunately that makes life not very pleasant. So we're going to go in there with 2 regular vanguards, 2 regular healers, 2 tanks, 1 self-healing and 1 regular. If you bring 2 self-healing, beautiful, but the second tank is more or less just for emergencies, and so is our fast redeploy. They're just along for the ride. 2 snipers. If you can actually get ones like Blue Poison and Vermeil, which attack multiple targets when using their skills, that's good. An AoE sniper, or 2 AoE snipers, sorry. So I'm bringing Shirayuki with skill 2 and Meteorite with skill 1. And I also have Arminics, who is a debuffer. So enemies with less than 40% in her range get fragile, and her skill 2 is also another debuff. So, yeah. It's basically just a straight debuffer, and that's what she's there for. So, if you haven't got a debuffer, maps like this are kind of where their crux is. Not their crux, but kind of where they shine, I guess. So, start and the maze is going to be identical, so we're going to deploy our 2 vanguards first. So, our higher damage vanguard here, and our not so great damage vanguard there. First block goes where it suggests, and then we're going to fast forward until we can start popping in our snipers, so 1 facing up. And try and keep your worst sniper facing up, so in this slot, because you want the best sniper you've got right here shooting across, because this sniper is really only going to be hitting 3 tiles at most, unless something decides it wants to come down here, in which case it'll obviously be attacking all that. So we'll use her skill, pop down that, pop down that. Next block here. Pop that in there, and our next block, I'll wait until that spider crab thing gets there, and then I'll pop that in there. So these guys have to walk around the long way. Next block in here. And now we're just going to start throwing out DPS. So we'll use Blue's skill when this next drone comes out, so she can hopefully get that down, which she has. And now we're just going to start plopping in more of our coils. So there we go, all of our coils are in, so now we're going to start popping in our damage dealers. 1 and 2. And last but not least, our debuffer. So now we can start working on our healers, because we'll need them. And this is where we need to start just cycling operators for what else we need. So we're going to use Arminics' skill as soon as it's ready. And once our 2 vanguards have got their skills used out, there we go, we're just going to yank them both out. Going to pop in Gummy here, and our second healer here. Blue's skill again. And this is why we've got Gummy here as a self-healer, because she's just going to be tanking whatever these big guys slip through until towards the end, where we'll be able to get another coil there. So we're just going to use Vermeil's skill when this drone gets in her range. Shirayuki's skill. Pramanix's skill. Again. And just waiting on this drone. There we go. So now we get some more coils, and we're just going to start doubling up on coils here. So now you may need to use your healer's skill here with these snipers. Probably not these early ones, but the later ones we definitely will. So cycle blue's skill again. So just as a point of note, this is how we are. This whole center area, except for where Meteorite is covered up in coils, and we have one coil over here to help out Gummy. So when this little group of units moves up into Vermeil's range, we're going to use Vermeil's skill. Shirayuki's skill here, because we have a little crab that's deciding it wants to not play as nicely as it probably should. And once again, Pramanix's skill. So as you see, Pramanix is going to get a little bit of hurt from those snipers, the late game snipers. So we just want to keep using, well, we want to kind of manage Suzuru's 2 uses of her skill. And that's it, guys. This is the last handful of units. So now obviously the important thing is getting rid of this one here that's in the middle at the moment. If he doesn't go down, then we may have some issues. What's happening over here with Gummy is not too concerning, because Gummy will happily sit there and do what she has to do. Now if your Gummy's not as high level as mine is, that may be a concerning situation, this whole thing here, but after everything's cleared through, you can obviously just start chucking in whatever you need to finish the job off. So we can now replace with Cora. And once again, it's just, I mean, they're not even touching Cora, but we don't use Cora there because Cora doesn't have a self-heal, so yeah. But that is the reason we bring a second tank, just in case something does go through like that, and yeah. So that's it, guys. I hope that helps. If it does, please like, subscribe, and feel free to check out my Twitch as well.